Welcome sa panibagong masterclass kung saan potensyal na pwedeng magbago ang buhay mo ng libre. Kung bago ka sa channel na to, I'm MC Kilar and I empower individuals to financial literacy, personal growth, and overall well-being. Itong masterclass na to ay para sa mga individual o kahit na sino na gustong magtagumpay sa buhay, gustong matuto, yumaman. Para rin ito sa mga leader ng organisasyon, leader ka ng community mo, or maybe manager ka, financial advisor, sales manager, network marketer, na gusto mong ma-empower yung mga tao under your organization o sa loob ng community mo. Pwede mo itong gamitin ng libre. Kaya ako to ina-upload sa YouTube ng libre. Kasi isa sa mga issues na pinakalaban natin dito ay kakulangan sa financial literacy. Kaya maraming Pilipino ang mahihirap. Base sa statistics, majority, dalawa lang ang nangyayari sa Pinoy pagdating ng 60 to 65 years old. Letter A, it's either hindi sila makapag-retire. Hindi sila makaalis sa kumpanya nila kasi hindi nila napaghandaan ng retirement. Pangalawa, mag-retirement sila, they became dependent with their children, their family na nagiging burden sa kanilang mga anak. Kaya, paulit-ulit ang cycle ng sandwich generation. So, kung gustuhan mo tong masterclass na to, pwede mong gamitin, pwede mong ituro sa iba ng libre. Now, let's dive in to the masterclass. Maraming salamat, Dave, and the rest of the next gen team for leading us to a wonderful opening tonight. Maraming salamat. Palakpakan nyo naman sila. Palakpakan nyo sila. Thank you so much. M in MJ is millionaire. Yes, thank you so much for that wonderful welcome. So hindi na natin papatagalin, no? Sino dito gusto maging milyonaryo? Taas kamay! Oh. Thank you. Maraming salamat. Without further ado, I know this learning session is very valuable to you because learning session na gagawin natin for today is not just we're not just gonna talk about the who, but we're also gonna talk about how. Okay, meaning I'm gonna give you some steps, okay, na pwede nyong i-apply immediately right after this session. Para makapag-start ka na sa journey mo in terms of becoming a millionaire. So, nilagay ko dyan 3 years to manage the expectations dahil kailangan mo ng commitment, dedication dito sa path na ito. At gusto ko lang sabihin, especially sa mga bago, no? This is not just a special event. Hindi ito per announcement. This is our regular learning sessions. This is our regular meeting. Ganito yung itsura ng regular meeting natin, no? We learn, we connect, we honor one another, we celebrate each another's success, we build relationship, making sure that we support each other. So that being said, ilabas na natin yung slides, no? Ang bilis, ang galing ah. In sync kami, no? Alright, Millionaire's Game Plan. Tonight is all about Millionaire's Game Plan. Ano yung game plan na pwede mong i-apply, pwede mong gawin for you from being an average, no? Maybe struggling ka pa or stable lang or minsan break even to becoming a millionaire in 3 years. Okay? And ito yung learning session na sasabihin ko pag sinunod nyo. Okay? Pagka sinundan nyo to, guaranteed to. No? Guaranteed in 3 years. This is a learning session na hindi to concepts, hindi to theories. These are practical steps. Paano mo ito magagawa kung susundan mo at hindi ka titigil. Okay? Pag tumigil ka, di ba, parang parang sa ejaculation, pag tumigil ka, no, maulit ka ulit sa umpisa. So, dapat dire-diretso. Okay, make sense? Make sense. Okay. Next slide, please. All right, now, I know, lahat ng nandito, of course, gusto maging milyonaryo, di ba? A lot of people wants to become a millionaire. But, how come hindi siya nangyayari? How come there are people takes 20 years, 25, 15, 10 years, di ba? What's the gap? Di ba? Ano ba to gagawin, no? Ano ba yung problema? Di ba? Next slide, please. Okay? Now, simple lang, no? 3 bagay lang, guys. Bakit hindi ka makatawid-tuwid from average to millionaire And itong gap na to represents knowledge, skills, and experience. That means KSE. So kung hindi ka pa millionaire ngayon or hindi mo pa nakukuha yung desired lifestyle or financial goals and dreams mo, ito lang yung titingnan mo, yung KSE. So ano bang ibig sabihin? When I say knowledge, no? Pag sinabing knowledge, ano ba yung knowledge? Ano yung skills? Ano yung experience? Ano yung pagkakaiba ng tatlong to? Okay? So basically, click natin 'yan, no? Knowledge is basically what you know. Okay? Ito yung alam mo. Ano yung alam mo? Okay? Knowledge refers to the information and understanding you possess about various aspects in finance, investment, business, and even money management. It can include knowledge about investment strategies, financial markets, tax laws, at marami pang iba. Pag-uusapan natin yan along the process. Ang role ng knowledge in terms of building your wealth, no, this is your foundation upon which you make informed decisions. Uulitin ko which you make informed decisions. Ibig sabihin, mga desisyon na hindi bara-bara, no? Hindi bahala na si Batman. Okay, type mo nga, bahala na si Batman. Isulat mo yan, no? Para maalala mo na every time magde-decide ka sa buhay mo, related sa mga pangarap mo, sa mga financial decisions mo, hindi bahala na si Batman. Okay? Informed decisions. Okay? Meaning pinag-aralan mo rin. Okay? Make sense? Now, ano naman yung skills, no? Skills means what you can do. Okay? Kung knowledge is what you know, skills is what you can do, that means skills are the practical abilities and competencies you have in areas relevant to wealth accumulation. So ano yung mga yon, no? These skills can include budgeting, investing, negotiating, marketing, or even intrapersonal skills. Ano-ano pang skills, okay? What you can do, okay? Ano yung role ng skills sa wealth building? Now, skills enable you to apply what you know, which means i-apply yung mga knowledge na meron ka effectively. Yan yung skills, okay? For example, having a knowledge about investing is valuable. Yes? Thumbs up. Yes? Having a knowledge in investing? Yes. But the skill to make well-informed investment decisions is what can generate wealth. Okay? Skill yung making an informed, well-informed investment decisions or any decisions in life that can generate wealth. Yan yung skills, no? Skills can also help you create value. Like this learning session. This is a skill, di ba? Whether through entrepreneurship, problem solving, leadership, no? Ito yung area na titignan mo rin. So pinag-usapan na natin yung skills, which means once you know, knowledge is what you know. Skills, what you can do. Next is experience, no? Experience means what you've done. Ano na yung mga nagawa mo. So ito, may klarong definition na tayo. What is knowledge? What skills? What is experience? Now, in terms of what you've done, no? Experience is the practical exposure. Exposure, practical exposure and hands-on learning you gain over time through your actions, endeavors, and professional journey. Kasama dito yung success mo and yung mga kapalpakan mo, mga failures. No? So huwag ka matatakot sa failure, huwag ka matatakot ma-fail, huwag ka matatakot ma-reject. Kasi kasama yan sa experience na importante para makuha mo yung mga goals and dreams mo. Is this making sense? Di ba? So, if you're thinking about, no, if you're an average and you gusto mong makatawid, becoming a millionaire, ito lang yung titignan mo. Ano ba yung gap? And the gap is, okay, knowledge, skills, experience. So, ano yung mga hindi ko pa alam na alam ng mga milyonaryo ngayon? Okay? Ano yung mga skills na hindi ko pa nagagawa o hindi ko pa ginagawa na ginagawa ng mga milyonaryo ngayon? Sense? Ano yung mga experiences na pinagdaanan ng mga successful na tao, mga millionaires, na hindi ko pa na-experience ngayon, no? Probably kulang pa ako. Ganun lang siya ka-basic. Yun lang yung titignan mo, no? But don't worry, hindi mo na kailangan mag-research kasi ipoprovide ko na sa'yo ngayon. Heart react naman dyan, mga tropa peeps. Galaw-galaw. Okay. And the reason why na-create ko ito, sabihin ko sa inyo, because right now, what I'm working is from M to B. Type mo nga yun, from M to B. Type mo sa chat box, from M to B. Okay. Sinong nakakaalam or hulaan nyo, no? What does from M to B means? Except kay Kate, alam na ni Kate yan eh. Tsaka si Melo, baka nakakwentuhan ko tong mga to. Ang galing! Millionaire to billionaire. Yes. Yes. So kung ma-achieve mo na yung millionaire status, milyonaryo ka ngayon, paano maging bilyonaryo, yan lang din yung titignan mong gap. Knowledge, ano yung ginagawa ng mga bilyonaryo na hindi ko pa alam, ano yung alam nila na hindi ko pa alam, ano yung ginagawa nila na hindi ko pa ginagawa, ano yung na-experience nila na hindi ko pa na-experience or probably kulang pa ako sa experience. This making sense? Di ba? From money to boy, pwede. Alright. So, next step tayo. Okay? So, okay, alam ko na yung gap. Sagutin na natin yung tanong. Paano ba ako magiging bilyonaryo, Coach MJ? Right? Next slide, please. So, there are actually conventional ways, traditional ways, paano ka magiging milyonaryo. Pwede kang maging milyonaryo, which is totoo naman. Ito naman ginagawa lahat eh. Mag-invest ka. Di ba? Mag-develop ka ng real estate. Mag-start, pumasok ka sa real estate. No? Mag-flip ka. These are the fastest ways for you to become a millionaire. Magnegosyo ka. Di ba? Investing, real estate, magnegosyo ka. Now, the thing is, kung ito lang pala yung gagawin, MJ, bakit hindi ako makapagsimula? Bakit, di ba? Alam mo na natin, no? These are some conventional ways paano tayo maging milyonaryo. Ba't hindi tayo makapagsimula? It's because there is one common problem dito sa conventional ways na to. Ano? Tama si Carlo. Walang pera. Kailangan ng malaking kapital. Di ba? Tama rin si Patricia. Oh. Di ba? Nagigets natin. Di ba? Okay, alam ko naman ito yung mga ways para maging milyonaryo ako pero hindi ako makapagsimula kasi wala akong pera, wala akong kapital. Yan yung problema. Di ba? So ano yung pwedeng maging solusyon na kung wala ka mang kapital is magiging milyonaryo ka pa rin, no? Isa sa mga solusyon na pwede mong gawin o pwede mong pasukin is yung tinatawag na low cost, high income skill. Kung may notebook ka, may journal ka, pwede mo yung isulat ngayon, no? Low cost, high income skill. So mag-i-invest ka talaga ng not maybe minimal amount of money. Pero hindi kailangan kasing laki ng kapital kung mag-i-invest ka sa real estate, traditional business. Low lang. Low cost lang. Let's say 5,000 pesos or 10,000 pesos, malaki na para matuto ka ng high income skill. Low cost, high income skill. And isa sa mga highly recommended, of course, no, sa organization natin is what? Financial advisory. Okay? Bakit, no? Yan yung pag-uusap. Of course, dito ako nag-start eh. Dito ko na-create kung ano yung meron ako ngayon eh. Di ba? While there are other vehicles na pwede mong subukan, pwede mong gawin. Okay, na pag-usapan natin, especially sa mga bago o sa mga first-timers dito, ano yung mga benefits, no? Paano ko to magagawa through this high-income skill? Now, at least, meron kang something na pwede mong i-explore right now. So ano to, no? Next slide. Okay. KSE or Knowledge, Skills, Experience as a Financial Advisor, no? Kung financial advisor yung isa sa mga path, no, na low income, low cost, high income skill, napapasukin mo, papracticein mo, or i-embrace mo, ito yung mga knowledge na makukuha mo, no, as a financial advisor. Number one, financial markets. No? Pwede mong isulat to. No? Wala to sa slide, sasabihin ko lang. Okay? Financial market. No? As a financial advisor, makakakuha ka ng extensive knowledge about various financial markets. Ano? Stocks, bonds, no, commodities, real estate, even crypto, no. I'm investing time, knowledge, and energy, no, understanding cryptocurrencies and how these markets work is crucial for investment success. No, this is a knowledge that you can add value to people. Number 2 is investment strategies, no? You will learn about different investment strategies such as risk management techniques, asset allocation methods to help your clients grow their wealth. Of course, financial planning, magiging skillful ka in terms of creating comprehensive financial plans that encompasses savings, retirement, tax planning, and estate planning. At ang pinakamaganda dito is itong knowledge na to, pwede mong i-apply sa personal finances mo. Pwede mong i-apply sa sarili mong buhay. Pang-apat is taxation. No? Understand tax laws and strategies is essential for optimizing returns and minimizing tax liabilities. Hindi lang para sa client mo, hindi lang para sa mga corporate clients mo, kung hindi para sa iyo din na importante pag nagnegosyo ka na ng sarili mo. Number 5 is regulatory knowledge. Ano to, no? Financial advisors, no, tayo, must be well-versed in financial regulations and compliance. This knowledge ensures you operate ethically and within legal boundaries. This is very important. Now, ang nakita ko dito is, alam ko to, no, may knowledge ako about this, mapagseserbisyuhan ko yung mga corporate clients, mga traditional businesses na malalaki dahil hindi nila alam to at kailangan nila yung expertise ko around this. Now, take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, may nakikita akong mga kumukunot noo, nagpe-face out. Medyo I lost you guys there, no? I lost you with a couple of terminologies around there. Now, here's the thing. It's probably the reason why hindi ka pa nakakapag-serbisyo, nakaka-close ng VIP clients, 500,000 and up.
Sana all.
Kasi hindi mo alam tong mga to. Di ba? Yung mga premiums na malalaki, 500,000 and up, million, ito po yung mga problema na sinusolve natin sa kanila. Okay, now this is a gap that probably kailangan kong ma-embrace. Di ba? Don't worry. Hindi mo kailangan yan ma-master agad-agad. Pwede mo yan matutunan as you progress along your journey in this career. Kasi hanggang ngayon, nag-aaral pa rin ako. Hanggang ngayon, nagtatanong ako kay Coach Elmer pag meron akong hindi alam, 'di ba? At habang ginagawa ko siya, habang nagtatanong ako, saka ko siya natututunan. Make sense? Okay. So, skills. Pag-uusapan natin yung skills. May kukunot yung dito, just bear with me. Okay, kapit lang mga chong, no? Again, ito na yung gap, no? Ito yung pinag-uusapan natin na dapat meron ka. Dapat alam mo, 'di ba? Na kung hindi mo pa alam, simulan mo ng pag-aralan. Okay? Ano tong mga skills na to, no? Or you what you should do, 'di ba? Ano dapat yung marunong ka? No, skills as a financial advisor, ito yung mga skills na made-develop sa iyo. Okay? Communication, very important. Effective communication is critical for building trust with clients, not just with clients, but to other people as well. Parte ng communication ay yung pag-i-explain ng complex financial concepts in an understandable way. Okay? Pag na-practice mo yun, pag gumaling ka, di ba? Like say, for example, may mga tropa tayo dito nasa crypto, no? Cryptocurrency, paano mo ito may explain dito sa mga kasama natin dito na hindi pa alam ang crypto, na maiintindihan nila as if grade 1 students sila. No? Importante ba ang communication pag nagnegosyo ka? Yes. Yes. Di ba? So next is problem solving, no? Financial advisors tayo usually may mga na-encounter tayong iba't iba, no? Unique financial challenges sa bawat individual, sa bawat clients na nakakausap natin. Imagine kung may isang libo ka nang nakausap na clients, 1,000 taong natulungan sa kanilang financial problems. Kasama yun sa experience at expertise na develop sa'yo. Di ba? Developing strong problem-solving skills is essential for finding solutions. Whether CEO ka na, you're handling multiple companies, problem-solving is very important. Is problem-solving important? Yes. Di ba? Next is sales and networking skills. Importante to, no? Build kahit anong negosyo yan, no? Traditional business, brick and mortar, service, e-com, magbe-build ka ng client base mo talaga. and client base requires sales skills and networking skills. Yes? These skills can also be valuable for future business and venture or opportunities. Okay? So, importante ang sales and networking. Analytical skills. Importante ito, no? Analyzing financial data and market trends. Whoops. Baka na wala. I lost you guys there. Market trends. Okay? Analyzing financial data and market trends to make informed recommendations is a skill you need to hone. Marami dito nagtatanong pa sa akin, MJ, ano bang magandang fund ngayon? Ano ba yung ano magandang fund pambihira, 'di ba? Aralin niyo na 'yan. Diyos ko, 1 taon na kayo dito eh. 'Di ba? Okay, mag-alala, minsan nagtatanong din ako kay Elmer. Yung sinagot ko sa inyo galing lang din kay Elmer. Pero marunong na ako kahit papaano. Ano? So, dapat alam niyo 'yan, no? Last but not the least is very important, guys. Ito yung isa sa mga, bukod sa FWD, ito yung isa sa mga bread and butter ng wealth ko, no? Customer relationship management. Okay? Customer relationship management. Ano to, no? Building and maintaining client relationship is crucial. Not just for your long-term success as a financial advisor, but as a business person, as an entrepreneur. Bakit? Ikaw yung money making machine eh. You are the money making machine. Hindi yung financial advisor, hindi yung job mo, hindi yung career mo, hindi yung negosyo mo, ikaw. 'Di ba? This is important because itong skill na to, pwede mong i-apply sa ibang areas ng entrepreneurship. Pakibaba nga natin yung slide sandali. Okay? Guys, listen. And I'll show you and I'll tell you real quick, no? Bakit valuable ang client relationship management? At bakit ito ang isa sa mga daan as a financial advisor ka, isa sa mga daan hindi lang para mapabilis yung success mo sa career na to, okay? Para mapabilis yung success mo sa career na to. Pangalawa, para makapag-open up din ng iba't ibang opportunities para sa sarili mo, makapag-create ng maraming source of income. Okay, listen na. Itong skill na to ay makakapagpabilis ng karir mo dito, number 1. Pangalawa, makakapag-multiply ng opportunities mo para mapabilis yung wealth building mo. Okay? Anong example niyan? For example, okay, pag sinabing client relationship management or customer relationship management, ito yung listahan ng contact list mo na naka-organize sa isang Google Sheet, Excel Sheet, Airtable yung ginagamit ko or any software. Okay? Na nandun yung pangalan, full name, contact details, mobile number, email. At ang pinaka-importante dito is ano yung negosyo nila or ano yung hinahanap, ano yung career nila, and ano yung ideal customer, ideal client, or ideal project para sa kanila. Okay? Bakit? Whenever I talk to people, no, or whenever I go out attending events, nagpapakilala ako, networking, ang usually na tanong ko is, of course, nag-chit-chat na kayo, anong pangalan, ganyan. Anong business mo? Diba? For example, architectural firm or meron akong accountancy firm. No? Oh, accountancy. Oh, nice. So ngayon, nasan ka na sa business mo? Anong hinahanap mo ngayon? Ano yung valuable sa'yo? Naghahanap ako ng clients. Then pinapa-describe ko sa kanila ano yung dream clients nila, ganto ganyan. Okay, ganto ganyan. Saktong-sakto may kakilala ako. Kahit wala pa. Narinig niyo yun? Okay? Lahat ng sagot ko diyan, dentista, social media manager, agency na nagpo-provide ng security. Saktong-sakto, sige, titignan ko sa network ko. Alam ko may kakilala ako niyan eh. Kahit wala pa. Okay? So pagkatapos nun, I make sure after ng event or after ng kung ano man, I make sure lalagay ko sila sa sa CRM ko. Ano yung CRM? Ito yung sheet mo, Google Sheet, Excel Sheet, Airtable, kung ano man yung gamit mo. And titingnan ko talaga, magpa-follow through ako kung meron. Kung meron, maganda. 'Di ba? Kung wala, at least alam ko kung ano yung hinahanap at ano nasaan sila. 'Di ba? Ano yung valuable sa kanila. Okay? So that in the future, just in case may maghanap sa akin, meron akong network na pwede kong i-refer sa kanila. Ano kaya yung magiging effect nun? Ano yung magiging effect nun? For example, Dave, ano yung magiging effect kung uh, mga tao sa network ko, nakakapag-connect ako or nakakapag-facilitate ako ng dream clients nila, dream customers nila, or dream projects nila, natutulungan ko silang connect. Ano yung effect nun?
For me, no, I think may-build dun yung trust lalo sa'yo. Kasi yun nga, nabigay mo sa kanila na-provide mo sa kanila yung dream client nila eh. And syempre, itong dream client nila, ito yung matagal nilang na pinangarap, 'di ba? And ito yung, for example, ito yung client na mataas yung trust nila, tataas yung trust nila. So, kung ikaw yung nag-provide doon, syempre, magtitiwala din sila sa'yo.
Love it. Makapag-build ng trust. Tama. I highly agree. That's one. No, you'll be able to build trust to your network, no? Ito pa, si Kate. Go ahead, Kate.
For me, you'll be parang it's an additional UVP as you being the financial wealth planner of this client. Kasi parang connector. Another asset, siguro yung term na connector, na you get to actually help them as well. Not just by getting a plan, pero through their business, you can help them. Yun. Thanks.
Napakaganda no. Additional UVP. What does UVP means para sa mga bago? No? When you say UVP, ito yung unique value proposition mo as a business person sa mga taong nakikilala mo. Okay? Siguro kahit lahat tayo dito, connector. Kung connector tayo lahat, unique tayo lahat eh. Tama ba? Pero kung lahat tayo financial advisor lang, hindi tayo unique. Eh, di ba? Pare-pareho lang tayo ng offer eh. Gets? Di ba? Pero if we are able to help people provide what they need, what they want, di ba? Bigay ko sa ito. Ano pang kailangan mo? Kailangan mo social media manager. O sige, ito. Refer ko sa ito. Ano pang kailangan mo? Dentista. O sige, ito. Kilala ko, dentista. Siya bahala sa akin. Siyang gaalaga ng ipin ko. Ano pang kailangan mo? Accountant. O sige. Ano pang kailangan mo? Wala na eh. Here's the exciting part. Sabi niya, wala na. Ikaw ba, MJ? Anong kailangan mo? Yeah. Actually, naghahanap ako ng mga individuals and corporates na kailangan nila ng insurance provider. Ganyan. Ito, sidebar tayo. Dahil ang dami mong binigay sa kanila, ano mangyayari? No? Ito yung posibleng sagot nila. Ako, actually, meron na ako eh. Di ba? Pero kukuha pa rin ako sa'yo. That's one. Di ba? Tuwan-tuwa binigyan mo ng inegosyo eh. Di ba? Binigyan mo ng kliyente, di ba? Tuwan-tuwa yan. That's one. Okay? Number two. Marami akong kakilala. Itong kapatid ko, wala pa. Connect kita. Itong boss ko, wala pa. Sige, connect kita. Itong colleague ko, wala pa. Sige, connect kita. Ang bahala sa'yo. It's number two. Di ba? Pangatlo, sabi ko, actually bro, naghahanap ako ng mga taong naghahanap ng insurance provider. Individual, corporate. Yan yung mga hinahanap ko. Ito yung punchline mo. Ikaw ba, meron ka na? Di na makatanggi yan, boy. Guys, learning. Pero importante na inaalagaan mo yung CRM. Importanteng meron ka CRM. Di ba? Kaya nga lagi kong sinasabi sa mga nakakausap ko, especially sa mga bago, no? Ako, nasa path ako ng M to B. Di ba? Maka-contribute man, ang pinakamalaking contribution ng experience ko dito bilang financial advisor is yung network na nabibuild ko dito. Dahil hindi lang naman benta ang pwedeng maibigay sa akin nito eh. Opportunities. Opportunities na pwede kang maging partner sa negosyo, di ba? Na hindi ka naman nagtatrabaho sa loob ng negosyo nila. Nagre-refer ka lang. Ina-outsource mo na sa network mo. For example, meron akong isang client. Yung sila, gusto nilang i-scale yung negosyo nila. Ang binigay kong advice is kailangan nilang maging present sa social media. 'Di ba? Ako bang tutulong? Well, magiging bridge lang ako kasi kinonect ko lang sila sa isang magaling na social media agency. Kinonect ko lang sila, boy. 'Di ba? Number one, kinonect ko lang sila. Yun lang yung trabaho ko. 'Di ba? Make sure na nag-ayos sila, nag-deal sila at bibisitahin mo lang once in a while, no? Kamusta? Masaya po ba kayo sa serbisyo? Ganun lang, no? Very minimal, 'di ba? So, here's the thing. Si negosyo, confidential to guys, ha. Si negosyo, binigyan ako ng porsyento sa bawat mabebenta nila sa social media. Okay? Si social media, binigyan din ako ng cut sa retainer fee nila sa kontrata nila on a monthly basis. Ilang beses mo tinrabaho? Isa lang. Ooh, what are you guys learning? Anong nare-realize nyo dito sa pinag-uusapan natin, 'di ba? Ano muna tayo? Brain dump muna tayo, no? Basahin ko 'to si Ian. You're an asset sa tao na 'yon, tama. That's why they will keep their connection with you and later on you can also do business with them. Absolutely. No, highly agree. Ano bang mga realizations nyo, guys? Brain dump muna tayo, no? Brain dump. Let's go. What are you realizing about this how-to that you guys are learning right now?
Sa akin, ikaw lagi ang top of mind.
Yung, ikaw lagi ang top of mind. Ano, sige, expound mo pa, pare.
Sige
Sige na,
ba?
top of mind.
Alam ko expound mo eh. Kasi ikaw yung speaker eh. Hindi, ikaw
Realization
lagi
for
yung
you.
top of mind kapag okay, may kailangan ako. Baka si MJ alam niya. Baka si MJ alam niya. Baka si MJ may ma-refer sa akin. So, usually kasi 'di ba dito sa ginagawa natin, ang lagi natin tanong sa paano ko ba 'to mapagseserbisyuhan? But sila na yung lalapit para pagserbisyuhan mo sila, may may added value, tawag doon. Okay, ikaw na lang mag-expound. So, yun na.
Oh, may karagdagang value ka na. So hindi ka box sa financial advisor, and sinashare ko sa inyo to because I know makakatulong ito sa growth ninyo dito sa career na to, no? Well, kailangan yung pagigihan, 'di ba? At the same time, yung opportunities mag-o-open up lang depende sa level ng grind mo araw-araw. Okay? All right, your network is your net worth. Tama si Carlo dito. Okay? Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale. Learning, thumbs up. Learning, skills to, boy. Next slide, let's go. Okay, experience, no? Ano naman yung mga experience na makukuha mo as a financial advisor? Okay? Number one, pinag-usapan na natin, no? Client management. Sabi nga ni Carlo, your network is your net worth. That means working with clients or different people with from diverse background, magkakaiba, no? And different financial solutions provides you with practical experience, no? In tailoring financial solutions to meet their specific needs. Now, on a larger scale, no, nakakakuha ka rin ng practical experience sa iba't ibang negosyong nakakausap mo at sa kanilang specific needs. Guys, doon ako natututo sa negosyo, no? Hindi lang sa YouTube kasi marami akong natututunan actually kakakausap ng iba't ibang tao dahil lagi akong may kausap araw-araw, no? Client management pa rin ang baksak niyan. Number 2 is market volatility, no? Ibig sabihin, yung market, no, na-experience natin ups and downs at natututo tayong i-navigate yan, no? Kung pag-usapan natin crypto, medyo halos kung nandito ka sa space na to 2015, 2017, medyo gamay mo na yung ups and downs yung pattern eh. So madali mo na siyang mananavigate, no? Probably ganun din siguro sa stocks, di ko alam, or sa forex. But in the overall economic cycle, no, mas matututo ka and that matututo kang makapag-build ng ability how to adapt to changing economic conditions and also resilience. No, ang dami ko ng kliyente, no, 200 plus, meron pa rin akong mga nare-receive. So sabihin ko sa inyo paulit-ulit kong nare-receive every time down ng market. MJ, baba yung fund ko ngayon. Ganyan. Yan yung kasama no sa stress na price to pay. Pero kung marami na yan, sanay na sanay ka na, chill na lang sa inyan, ma'am. Ano lang po yan. Kahit isang client na paulit-ulit ma'am, ganito lang po yan. Ganyan paulit-ulit. Parang every week ata. Down yung ano. Yes, ma'am. Tingnan lang po natin by the end of this year, by the end of 2025. Kapit lang po tayo. Kakaumpisa lang po natin. So, mabibuild yung resilience mo talaga dyan, no? Number 3, building a book of business. Anong ibig sabihin nito, no? Learning how to build and grow client base. Yung client base mo mismo. Iba yung CRM, yung network mo, iba yung client base mo na nasa ano mo na, FWD top mo na yan, nasa top mo na yan. Yung learning how to build and grow a client base na nagbabayad na sa'yo, may negosyo na sa'yo on a regular basis can be directly applicable to entrepreneurship and business development. Now, here's the thing. Kaya magandang stepping stone itong career na to, okay, becoming a financial advisor. Kasi bukod sa mga knowledge na matututunan mo, sa skills na magkakaroon ka at experience na mapagdadaanan mo dito, sigurado ako, give yourself 3 to 5 years. Mag-venture ka ng ibang negosyo. Ma-apply mo to. Diyos ko, para ka nang nag-MBA sa business. Yan. So, number 4 is risk management, no? Handling clients' investments, no? Paano mo i-assess at i-mitigate yung risk nyo, no? Kung ano man yung goal ng client sa kanyang investment. This is a skill that is valuable in any financial endeavor na ma-apply mo rin sa sarili mong investment. Of course, networking, because this will allow you build professional network with the financial industry in any industry na gusto mong pasukin. It can open, kagaya ng mga paulit-ulit ko sinasabi sa'yo, no? It can open doors to partnerships, collaborations, and potential investment opportunities. That's why becoming a financial advisor can provide you a solid foundation. Okay? But it requires and it's important for you to continue learning. Okay? Continue learning, adapt to industry changes, adapt to different economic changes, and apply your knowledge and skills to your personal financial goals and business ventures. Remember that successful millionaires often combine their financial expertise with their entrepreneurial pursuits, strategic investments, and diverse income streams to achieve their wealth goals. All right, what are you guys learning so far? Ano yung biggest learning mo so far dito sa first half ng pinag-uusapan natin? Let's send them all to a quick breakout room with 3 to 4 participants per room. Total 5 minutes. Magkakilala kayo, share energy, have fun kwentuhan, and i-share mo what is your biggest takeaway so far. 5 minutes, ready, begin.
A few minutes later.
Welcome back. Kwentuhan tayo. Christian, kamusta? What are you learning so far?
Yun, sa akin naman, Sob MJ, no? Biggest takeaway ko, it really boils down talaga sa pag-a-add ng value sa mga tao or let's say sa client mo. As you said earlier, no, yung pagiging connector is magiging unique because of our own experience, our own skills, kung anumang meron tayo, no? Pwede nating may provide yun sa ating client. And lahat ng mga bagay na gusto rin natin, parang na-reciprocate siya, no? And yun nga, sinare din ni Coach Adrian, no, na pwede kang maka-earn not because may ginawa ka, but because may na-add ka na value sa tao. So yun lang. Thank you.
Highly agree, Christian. Maraming salamat. Ako, meron pa akong ibabaksak mamaya bago matapos itong parte na to, no? Ang ganda ng learning mo, tama. Ang trabaho lang natin is tumulong ng tao. Di ba? So, napakagandang realization. And pwede pala akong kumita no, sa pagtulong sa tao. Oo naman, pwedeng-pwede. Basta bubuksan mo yung sarili mo sa mga opportunities. Dahil, well, these are some unconventional ways on how you can earn more money or how you can grow your sources of income. Na, well, siguro napapanood ko naman, pinag-uusapan to, no? Pero hindi siya na di-drill down talaga. Paano siya nagwo-work or paano siya ginagawa. So marami na rin gumagawa nito, baka hindi lang kayo aware. Kaya i-share ko sa inyo. Kasi wala talagang tawag dito eh. No? Ito na yung nagko-connect ka lang ng mga tao, ganyan. Maraming opportunities magbubukas sa'yo. Yes, madami. Madami. Thank you guys for sharing. No? Tapos nang mag-share si Christian, no, I'd like to call maybe 2 to 3 people pa to check in with this team. What are you guys learning so far? Let's go. Brain dump to para open pa yung mind mo sa mga bagong learnings. Adrian, ikaw naman.
Ayun, sa akin, Sob, ang biggest learning ko talaga dito is that pwede ka pala talagang kumita nang hindi ikaw yung nagbibigay ng serbisyo. You just have to know the right people. And sobrang agree ako dun sa para ka nag-masters ng business ads sa pagiging part ng space na to, community, no? Kasi even nung nag-start ako nung magmula 19 hanggang ngayon, now I'm meeting a lot of people, no. Ibang-iba yung para nakaset aside talaga ikaw from other people because you know how to properly connect people between people and other people, tapos mag-add value sa kanila and also to market yourself.
Ang tindi. Oo, pare. Concert pa more. Let's go. Hindi, fun yan eh. Fun mo yan eh, di ba? So, you deserve it, brother. Sige. Maganda dyan, malamig na tubig, no? Pagkatapos. Anyway, ang gandang realization nyo ni Kyle, no? Yes, pwede kang kumita ng hindi ganon ka-hard work. No? Na hindi ikaw yung Well, tinrabaho mo siya isang beses. Dahil inarrange mo yung listahan mo, yung contact list mo, inaayos mo yung CRM mo, yun yung pinakatrabaho mo. No? Pero ang maganda kasi dito, residual income opportunities. Kinanik mo siya ng isang beses, paulit-ulit kang kikita. Di ba? At marami pa. Di ba? One more. Let's go. Brain dump. Go ahead, Jill.
So what I learned basically is, or refresh lang, yung paulit-ulit na sinasabi na sa atin, is that your network is your net worth. So on who you connect with is very important, is for you to multiply your streams of relationships and connections with people. And it will just connect with your income. And I'll also connect it with personal development. Why? It's because in terms of personal development, it would really make you be clear and also have clarity on what kind of environment are you in right now. Is it the environment where it will pull you up in terms of what you want in life? Is it going to be something that you see yourself as a successful person, or something that will pull you down? So it's really important on what kind of value the people in your circle, in your environment, are serving you. Is it serving you with purpose or not? So that's what I'm learning right now in terms of how to connect with
100%.
personal development. So
100%. Agree ako sa'yo, Jill. And buti na lang maganda yung organization natin kasi pinapahalagahan natin dito personal development, personal mastery, business development, leadership development. Itong 4 na areas na to, very, very helpful. And it's actually evident sa mga nag-attend ng MMI na nasa space ng A-Quest, nasa space ng IM+. Kasi sino ba yung majority ng nag-lead ng mga small groups, mga activities doon? Mga taga-IM+, mga taga-A-Quest. Di ba? Wala na, hindi mo na mapipigilan yung mga yan. No? Talagang makakapal na mukha ng mga yan pagka pumasok talaga dito. Kakapal, hindi naman kakapal yung mukha, no, in terms of confidence, but the confidence is actually coming from within. Because alam mo na yung mga qualities na you need to step into, commitment, courage, boldness, no? Dahil ito yung madalas na pinag-uusapan sa mga coaching conversations natin dito at sa overall development mo as an individual. And it's very evident, no? Madaya ang A-Quest lang masasabi ko, no? Kung sa akin, sinasabi ko madaya ang A-Quest, ito si Ader nagte-testify na rin at iba pang mga kasama natin dito sa organization na matagal na. It's because personal development, personal mastery honed. It was honed through this organization. Kaya hindi mo na mapipigilan yung sarili mong magmakapal mukha eh. So it's actually good. Okay? And here's the thing. Ito pa yung malupit na gusto kong ibaksak sa inyo guys, no? Imagine ako, no, inaayos ko yung CRM ko. Inaayos mo yung CRM mo. Okay? I'm connecting people to their ideal clients, ideal projects. You are also connecting people to their ideal clients, to our to their ideal projects. And here's the thing. Meron tayong group chat, di ba? Meron tayong mga kanya-kanyang group chat. No? Meron sa entire A-Quest, meron per unit, meron per small group mo, no? Meron per district, yan, inisa-isa ko pa. Here's the thing. Hindi lang naman yung network mo yung kailangan mong i-maximize. Ito, lahat to, yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 25 people. What if merong hinahanap sa'yo na wala ka, wala sa listahan mo? Itanong mo dito sa group na to. Sino dito may ganyan? Kulang pa. Itanong mo sa branch-wide. Itanong mo sa district-wide. Ilagay mo sa post mo. Diyos ko, yung network ko, network mo din. Is this making sense? Ganun po yan i-maximize. No, meron kang individual, okay, very good. No? Pero wag mong ililimit yung sarili mo sa kung ano lang yung nasa listahan mo. Pwede kang magtanong, pwede kang humingi ng tulong, pwede kang makipag-collaborate. Everybody happy? Yes. So let's see, imagine na lang, meron tayong tig-100 sa CRM natin. Kunwari lang. Dito lang sa group na to, ilan to? Ang access mo. 2,500. Kasama yung sayo. Simple lang, di ba? Na, of course, probably, hindi ito napag-uusapan. Di ba? Dito lang napag-uusapan. Which is, at least alam mo na ngayon. Di ba? Thumbs up. That's valuable. Yes, 100%. All right, back to the slides. So tapos na natin pag-usapan, okay MJ, paano kumita ng milyon? Okay, napag-usapan na natin, no? Ang gap dito is KSE, knowledge, skills, experience, at isa sa mga solusyon is mag-develop ka ng low-cost, high-income skill. And isa sa pinakamagandang stepping stone para mag-launchpad or mag-catalyst ng milyon mo ay maging financial advisor ka. Next step, okay, is okay, alam mo na kung paano kumita milyon. Paano to simulan? Okay, paano na to simulan? No? Starting your path to million. Sisimplihan lang natin. Importante na meron kang financial mindfulness. No, mindful ka in terms of your finances. Isa ito sa mga malaking shift sa buhay ko na in-embrace ko lang nung nagsasariling gastos na ako, nung naging independent ako. Okay? Kaya magandang ini-encourage namin maging independent kay lahat gagastos eh. Sa bills, pagkain, renta, kung ano-ano, etc. No, napakagandang experience nito, no? Sa pagbi-build mo ng wealth mo, financial mindfulness. So, ano dapat yung mga bagay na mindful ako? Pasisimplihin lang natin, okay? Of course, important is to know your numbers, no? So, ano-anong mga numbers yan? Simple lang, 3 bagay. Number 1 is income, no? So, simple lang, i-track mo lang yung mga pumapasok na pera sa iyo on a weekly basis dahil dito sa atin every Friday, di ba? Kailangan i-track mo yan. May 3 account ako dito Power. 3 account, no? May yung pangalan ko, pangalan ng kapatid ko, no? Ano siya, financial wealth manager, pangalan ng mom ko na associate branch manager, no? 3 account 'yan, nilalagay ko yan lahat, no? Mga projects ko, etc. Tinatrack ko 'yan. Income para alam mo yung average monthly income mo. Ganun lang kasimple. Number 2 is your non-negotiable expenses, no? Simple lang. Ano yung mga non-negotiable expenses mo, no? Kung independent ka, magkano yung binabayaran mo sa bahay, bills, pagkain, mga membership, subscription na importante, food. Ano yung mga expenses na non-negotiable? Ibig sabihin, hindi mo pwedeng bawasan. Is this making sense? Yan yung mga kailangan mo para mabuhay eh. Tama? So, non-negotiable. So, nakikita mo, natatrack mo yung expenses mo. Non-negotiable para hindi ka naman araw-araw nagtatrack. Di naman kailangan araw-araw eh. No? Lahat ng lumabas ng pera sa'yo, itrack mo. Usually, ginagawan ko lang to ng budget. No? For example, ako, sapat dahil hindi naman ako nagdadrive ngayon. Madalas, pag grab-grab lang ako ngayon dito. So, sapat na sa akin yung 5,000 on a weekly basis. Minsan nga, dalawa na kami ni Kate dun eh. No? 5,000, no, yun lang. So, maubos o hindi, next week, dadagdag naman ako 5K. Ganun lang yung ano, parang di ka araw-araw nagda-track, no? Kukunin mo lang yung non-negotiable. Okay, tapos yung may mga fluctuating ano ka, yung panggastos mo sa operating expense mo araw-araw, budgetan mo lang sa umpisa. Okay? Income, non-negotiable, last but not the least. At least alam mo yung surplus mo. Dahil itong surplus mo, ito na yung ini-invest mo para may pera ka in the future. Hindi pera ngayon ha, in the future. No, this means investments mo, no, para nag-iipon ka so that may investment opportunity. Let's say yung Bitcoin bumaba ng piso. Bibili ako niyan. 'Di ba? Yun yung mga investment opportunities na dapat ready ka. Kung walang surplus o hindi mo alam yung average surplus mo o walang natitirang pera sa'yo, paano mo ma-maximize yung mga investment opportunities? So ganyan lang kasimple. Dapat mindful ka sa pagpasok ng pera mo at sa paglabas ng pera mo. At magkano yung natatabi mo on a monthly basis. Okay? Step 2. Paano mo sisimulan yung path to millionaire? Bakit kailangan mindful tayo dito? Okay, pakibaba ng slides dali. Bakit kailangan mindful tayo dito? Kasi sa dami ng nakausap kong mga clients, no, mga na financial planning, ako rin, guilty rin ako dito, no. Sinubukan kong i-shortcut to. Sabi ko, walang problema, kikita na lang ako ng malaki. 'Di ba? Isusugal ko to kasi mag-i-invest ako, baka mag 100x eh. Baka pumaldo eh. 'Di ba? Syempre wala kang control sa financial market, tama? Wala kang control doon. So aantayin mong yung speculation mo tumama. 'Di ba? So kung tumama, very good. Pero ilan lang yung porsyento niyan tatama yan, 'di ba? Kung hindi at nangailangan ka pang emergency, anong mangyayari? Worst case scenario sa investment? Ibebenta. I-withdraw. Tama? Wala nang napuntahan. No? Income, sugal, ba magkaiba po ang investment sa speculation. Okay? Investment, speculate, shortcutting ko eh. Baka mag 100x ako eh. Di ba? Hindi tumama, nagka-emergency. Withdraw, back to start ka na naman. Nasasayang yung panahon. Kaya, importante na mindful tayo sa finances natin. Hindi bahala na si Batman, tama? Hindi bahala na si Batman. Okay, next phase, which is last but not the least and very important. So natutunan mo na kung paano ka kikita ng milyon, okay? Ang gap ko ay knowledge, skills, experience. Kailangan kong i-check ano yung kulang kong hindi ko pa alam, ano yung hindi ko pa ginagawa at hindi ko pa na-experience or kulang pa ako sa experience. That is your know-how in terms of earning a millions. Okay? Low income skills. Number 2, kailangan kong maging financially mindful para masimulan ko yung journey ko. Kasi dito mo i-handle yung perang pumapasok sa iyo eh. 'Di ba? So kailangan kong maging mindful about my numbers. Number 3 is papaano mo ngayon i-sustain. Ay, yung slides ko po. Hi, slides.
Video.
Okay. Paano mo i-sustain yung milyon mo? So natutunan mo na paano kumita ng milyon. Natutunan mo na paano magsimula. Paano mo ngayon ito i-sustain? Kasi ito yung pangalawang problema eh. Di ba? So the only way you will be able to sustain this is by creating a structure. that will support your longevity of your millions. Bakit importante ang structure? Now, I'll be playing a quick 2-minute video for some people na panood nyo ito paulit-ulit. Pero habang pinapanood ko to, may bago akong natututunan tungkol sa sarili ko. Okay? At mas lumalalim yung pagkakaintindi ko dito. For those people who have seen this, watch this again. Sa mga taong first time tumapanood, listen and watch very carefully. Enjoy the video. Go ahead.
What we need to understand as well, structure creates discipline, and discipline creates healthy human beings. People require structure in order to be healthy. Having no structure is one of the most unhealthy things that you can do to a human being. Same as with the dog. If you allow a dog to do whatever it wants, whenever, so basically it's what's called when you humanize a dog and you give it no dog boundaries based on an understanding of the boundaries that a dog needs in a pack environment in order to be healthy. When you allow a dog to do whatever it wants, what happens to it? It becomes anxious, aggressive, or very nervous. And when a dog becomes anxious, aggressive, or nervous, it starts misbehaving. And everybody blames the dog. But nobody blames the human being that allows the dog to do whatever it wants. And in order for a dog to be healthy, it requires structure, it requires order, it requires hierarchy. And human beings, when they have no structure, they become very unhealthy. Because if a human being has no structure, what will they do? They'll eat what they want, they'll drink what they want, they'll do what they want, and they end up doing something. One of those two or all of those things together combined creates, disharmony and creates an unhealthy environment.
I have this thing where I'm not sure if I want discipline or freedom. So sometimes I'll let the discipline slide and I feel great for a few days and then it just goes bad.
Yep.
Because I have no discipline. So have you dealt with this?
Yes.
And
yes.
what did you?
100%. I'm a recovering drug addict. So I understand firsthand that my desire for freedom led me down the path of drugs at an early age. Because I wanted to do whatever I want and I couldn't be told. And the very thing that I wanted created all of those issues. And in order for me to have freedom, do you know what the ultimate key to freedom is? Structure and discipline. Because structure and discipline creates freedom. But unfortunately for most of us, we don't associate structure and discipline as freedom. We see structure and discipline as an inconvenience, as an obstacle, as something that we're being forced to do.
On the day when you're very tired and your discipline says for you to get up at 5 or whenever, and you feel like you're not free, well, how do you deal with that?
Do it anyway.
Yeah.
Get up at 5, do it anyway. Because it's the habit. The habit will, structure and discipline creates habit. The habit sets you free. Okay, structure means this is what I have to do when I have to do it. Discipline, this means I force myself, focus myself, ensure that I get it done. After 62 days, roughly, it's now a habit. Now that it's a habit, you do it unconsciously, you're now free.
Okay, yep.
That's the magic. Everybody wants to have the freedom, but no one's willing to put the structure around themselves and apply the discipline that's required in order to be set free.
All right, thank you so much, Kate, for that wonderful video. Papasimplihin lang natin, no, sa mga hirap makaintindi ng Australian English. Just like me, no? Sino dito gusto ng freedom? Thumbs up. Gusto ng freedom, financial freedom, time freedom. Thank you so much. And how many of you, just like me, can relate na, okay, gusto ko ng freedom. Tapos nung sinabi sa akin ni Coach Ras, kailangan ko ng structure sa buhay ko. Okay, nilagay ko yung structure. Putik, akala ko ba freedom? Bakit kailangan ko itong sundin? Kailangan ko gumising ng 2 oras, kailangan ko mag-workout, kailangan ko mag-meditate, kailangan ko matuto araw-araw. Akala ko ba freedom? Nare-restrict yung sarili ko dito sa structure na to. Sino dito nakaka-relate? That structure feels restricting, just like me. Thank you so much for being honest. Okay? Ganun ko rin siya, akala ko ba freedom? Bakit ganito, no? Naintindihan ko through that video, watching it over and over again, isa sa mga metaphor na pinakita niya, no, is yung aso, no, na hindi naturuan, hindi nalagyan ng structure, 'di ba? Just like us human beings, if wala tayong structure, we'll do what we want, we'll wake up whenever we want, we'll sleep whenever we want, we'll eat whatever we want. What will happen? Magkaka-6-pack abs ka ba? Hindi naman, di ba? Kasi, bahala na si Batman yung galawan na yun eh. Di ba? Now, the thing is, you set up a structure for you to win in life. sooner or later, maybe sa umpisa, no, you will consciously make a choice to do it. You will consciously make a choice to do it sa umpisa. But once this structure becomes now a habit, hindi mo na siya kailangan isipin. Automatic na siya sa'yo. Now, you're free. Is this making sense? Di ba? Sa umpisa, we have to make a conscious choice para gawin ito ng paulit-ulit. Kasi wala pa siya sa sistema ko eh. Kaya nga average pa lang ako eh. Kaya nga wala akong six-pack abs eh. Di ba? So, paano ka makakatawid doon? Gawan mo ng structure yung sarili mo para makatawid ka sa gusto mong maging. Until maging habit ito sa'yo, automatic na to sa buhay mo kasi parte na to ng kung sino ka. Now, you're free. This is making sense? I'd like to check in, brain dump tayo, maybe 1 to 2 person. What are you learning so far about the importance of structure? Paano to makakatulong sa pagtawid mo from average to become a millionaire? Go ahead, bagong tao naman. Let's go, brain dump. Go ahead. Iba naman, no? Thank you, Kate. Ikaw naman, Melvin. Let's go.
Well, for me, thank you for that, MJ. Sa salitang freedom pa lang, habang sinasabi mo yon, ang example mo is health. Pero pag pinalitan mo siya ng financial freedom, pag pinalitan mo siya ng health freedom, or kahit ano pang gusto mong area ng life mo na gusto mo magkaroon ng freedom na hindi ka na nag-iisip, kailangan mo ng structure saka discipline. Yun yung pumapasok sa isip ko kanina na anong freedom ba yung gusto mong mangyari? Well, ang pinag-uusapan natin is financial freedom. Pero anong area mo pa yung kailangan ng freedom? Yung sa'yo, health. Naka 6-pack abs ka na eh. So yun, napakaganda niya and nagre-reflect lang ako habang sinasabi mo yun. So it's really good na what's lacking? Ano yung gap to be able to have that million?
Napakagandang
Ito
realization.
Yun. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Napakagandang realization. Thank you so much, Melvin. Agree ako sa'yo, no? Whatever goals in life, whatever aspect in life, para ito masustain mo, magawa mo, kailangan mo lang talaga ng structure. And gusto kong sabihin sa inyo, guys, that you can be both happy, you can be both financially free, and at the same time, healthy kung meron kang structure sa buhay mo. Thank you for sharing, Melvin. Maraming salamat. Chem, ikaw naman.
Bawi ako, coach. Wala ako kanina eh.
Let's go.
Bali, coach, ang realization ko naman sa structure and discipline kasi is, bakit ba tayo nandito? Ang target kasi natin is to be financially free. So, kapag hindi natin binild yung habit natin, tayong high skills, meron tayong knowledge, meron tayong experience, and alam natin yung gagawin, pero wala tayong mahihirapan tayo na i-reach yung goals natin. And kapag yung discipline sa sarili natin, mas mabilis gumalaw. Kapag out ka na, mas magaan na yung katawan mo. Kumbaga, it is necessary yourself to reach your goals.
Yes, 100% agree with you, Chem. Discipline is necessary for you to achieve your goals. Last, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, no, kaya lang naman sasabi siguro na inconvenience yung structure is because, yung mga nasa structure is hindi yun yung comfort nila, 'di ba? Like, for example, playing mobile games or scrolling, 'di ba? But kung iisipin mo, is it really comfortable, no? Hindi naman, kasi hindi naman yun yung magdadala sa'yo sa freedom eh. So, yun yung realization ko.
Napakagandang realization din nun, no? Structure can sometimes be disguised as inconvenience. But if we really dig deep, is it really inconvenient? Or probably it's giving inconvenience in our life for the future. So, simple saying, pay now is either you play now and pay later, or you pay now and play 10 times later. Mas masaya yun. Next slide. Let's go. Okay. So, ano-ano ba yung kailangan natin i-sustain? Ano yung tatlong, apat actually, na importanteng pangalagaan natin in terms of our longevity? So, ano-ano ba yon? Okay? Ito yung structure of longevity. No? Number 1 is physical. Next. Mental, pag-iisip natin, and emotional. So, ano-ano bang ibig sabihin ng tatlong to? No? Physical is your health set. Okay? Next one. Okay? Mental is your mindset. Emotional is your heart set. Now, I'm gonna give you some tools. No? Ano yung mga kailangan mo to put into structure para masustain mo yung million. So, let's start with our health set, which is our physical. Okay? That means there are 3 important tools here. Regular workout. Workout ka lang, regular, no? Buti na lang ang workout body ko si Kate, no? Meron siyang abundance goal. Yan. So, kung tinatamad ako, dahil meron siyang abundance goal at nagpapaturo siya sa akin, no, samahan mo ako mag-workout tayo. Hindi mapapa-workout ako, no? Kaya importanteng meron kang fitness circle. Okay? And you eat healthy foods. Very basic. But is this important? Thumbs up? Yes, important. Mental or mindset, no? Paano natin pangalagaan ng mindset natin? May ano lang yan. Okay? Importante that you spend time regularly para ikaw ay matuto, no? What I do is pagkagising ko, I read a book. Dito ako sa balcony, magkakape, magbabasa. If not, habang naliligo ako, wala akong ibang pinapakinggan pag nasa CR ako or whatnot, kung anong ginagawa ko sa mga patay na oras, nakikinig ako ng podcast or anything na may matututunan akong bago. Access to mentors is very, very important. Kaya pag nagne-network ka sa mga events, lumalabas ka, nakikipagkilala ka sa mga tao, hindi ka lang makakakuha ng clients, makakakuha ka rin ng mga mentors na makakatulong sa iyo sa buhay. That is why environment is very important. Ibig sabihin, when we talk about environment, yung mga taong nakapaligid sa iyo, yung physical space mo, yung mga tao you have in contact with right away, mga conversations, no, na you're taking in every single day. Does this contributes to your growth? Does this contributes to your goals? No, kailangan at least majority sana, no, ng na-consume natin araw-araw ay makaka-contribute sa growth mo, makaka-contribute sa mga pangarap mo para immerse ka, 'di ba? Sa pagiging milyonaryo mo in 3 years. Next is emotional or heart set, no? Simple lang ang heart set, clearing. No, major work ng heart set. Alam niyo yung mabigat, 'di ba? Or unconsciously may mabigat. Bakit, no? Linisin mo yung physical space mo, yung bahay mo, yung environment mo, yung working desk mo. Digital space as well. Hindi lang dahil napupuno yung memory mo, hindi ka na makapag-picture, hindi ka na makapag-video. Ang digital clearing is marami ka bang mga hindi na re-replyan pa sa inbox mo? Replyan mo na. Kaya hindi ka makapag-approach ng tao no? Kasi nahihiya ka dahil alam mo deep inside, hindi mo nga maalagaan yung mga current na nasa kamay mo ngayon Paano pang magdadagdag ka? Di ba? So kasama sa digital space ang inbox. Okay? Financial space, kaya hindi tayo makalabas kasi may mga tinataguan tayong utang. I-clear mo yung mga utang. Kung hindi mo ma-clear pa, kausapin mo paano kayo makakapagkaroon ng agreement para unti-unting nababawasan yan, no? Hindi naman kailangan matapos mo na yan bukas eh. Ang importante, alam mo sa sarili mo na may ginagawa ka o na regular basis para mabawasan yung utang mo. Unti-unti, nababawasan yung bigat eh. Actually, mababawasan yung bigat kung alam mong every week or every month, depende sa agreement nyo, na-fulfill mo. Diba? Or at least, pinaka-least, nababawasan. Okay? Nababawasan. Di ba? Nagkakaroon ka ng lakas ng loob. Wala kang tinataguan. Kasi, bakit? Nababawasan naman ah. Oh, tama naman, di ba? Di ba? Okay na yun. Hindi kailangan tapusin mo bukas. No? At least mabawasan. Yung importante. Emotional clearing. No? Ito yung mga blame, anger, guilt, and shame para sa mga nag-discover, naiintindihan nyo. Sa mga hindi pa. No? One of the tools na ginagawa ko dati nung hindi pa ako nakapag-discover, naalala ko, is journaling. No? That could help pagkagising mo sa umaga kung may time ka o bago ka matulog. If there's anything that is holding you back to feel good, that is keeping you to feel bad on a day-to-day basis, hindi ka makarating sa peak performance mo eh. No? Babalikan natin yung peak performance mamaya. Sa state ng peak performance, kasi alam mong may mabigat, I journal it. Doon ako nakakapag-introspect. Okay? Sa mga hindi pa nagdi-discovery, I highly recommend mag-discovery kayo. No? Doon nyo pa malalaman yung mga practices and tools paano ma-clear ang inyong emotional bags. So clearing, no? Is heart set important? Yes? Yes, it is. And here's one thing na importante pa in terms of your structure of longevity. Kita niyo yung gitna? That means that is your soul set. Okay? Soul set is what? Soul set is your spiritual practice. No? Gratitude, journal, meditation, or community. Maybe nasa church ka, plug in ka. Di ba? What will keep you grounded? No? Here's the thing I'd like to share with you guys. Every morning when I wake up, ito yung problema, no? Nakikita nyo sa space natin sa IM Plus, A-Quest, medyo gumaganda yung crowd natin, no? Mga bigatin, di ba? Mga sikat, di ba? Ako, personally, aminin ko sa inyo, sometimes, meron akong parang block internally na parang hindi ko alam kung paano sila i-approach, paano sila kausapin. May nakaka-relate? Di ba? Ano yan? Feeling of intimidation, etc., etc. Now, ito yung practice na ginagawa ko that allowed me to step into courage and boldness to connect to these people right away. Okay? Now, ang problema pala, kaya hindi ako makakonect sa kanila, kaya hindi ko alam kung paano sila i-approach. Kasi, pakibaba po yung slides, please. Meron akong judgment. May judgment ako sa kanila. So, tapik-tapikin mo ang sarili mo. Sabihin mo, I am letting go of my judgment to people. Okay, meron akong judgment kaya hindi ko sila ma-approach. Now, saan nanggagaling yung judgment ko? Di ba? Sa sarili ko rin. Yung judgment ko sa sarili ko, nagre-reflect sa judgment ko sa mga taong to. Di ba? Nababasa ba nila yung isip ko? Hindi naman eh. Di ba? I realized when I started approaching these people, ano naman sila? Accommodating naman sila. Tsaka hindi naman sila mayabang. Actually, matulungin pa nga sila eh. Di ba? They wanna help people. Because that's what gives them fulfillment. It's not money. Okay? So one practice na ginagawa ko on a day-to-day basis is I pray when I wake up. So sa akin lang to, sinishare ko lang. May be effective to me, may not be effective to you. But this keeps me grounded. This keeps me or allows me to let go of my judgment to people. Bakit? Isang klarong effective benefit sa akin na na-realize ko when I pray early in the morning is I pray. Okay? And I speak my gratitude. No, give thanks. Thank you po sa lahat ng blessings, big or small. And I pray. And my prayer every single day is to be more like Him. Paano pa ako magiging kagaya mo? Yan yung dasal ko lagi. So ano yung benefit na nakuha ko dito? It grounds me na kung hindi ko pa isinabubuhay yung ultimate dream ko talagang bilyonaryo ngayon, at least there are things, big or small, that I can be grateful about now. Number 2, it gives me courage. Why? Kasi when I pray, na nag-ground ako at nare-realize ko na marami lang silang pera. Mas successful sila, pero sa mata ng Diyos, pantay-pantay lang tayo. Diba? So that gives me courage to connect. My gratitude allows me to let go of my judgments. Okay, grateful naman ako eh. Bakit po huhusgahan, di ba? And it allows me to gives me courage because sa mata ng Diyos, pantay-pantay lang tayo. Okay. So we've talked about how to earn millions. Okay? The gap is knowledge, skills, and experience. Paano ko mag-uumpisa? At least, dapat, paano ko mag-uumpisa? Mag-start ka, kung wala kang malaking kapital, mag-start ka sa low cost, high income skill. And one of the recommendations is this access is for you to become a financial advisor. Number 1. Number 2, paano mo to masisimulan? Okay? Starting now, you need to know your numbers. Be mindful of your finances. Okay? At paano mo to masusustain? Set up a structure of longevity. Hindi lang sa aspeto ng negosyo, hindi lang sa aspeto ng mindset, but with your overall well-being. That means mindset, health set, and your heart set. And it's important as well that you take care of your spirit, your soul set. Why? Because we are spiritual beings in human experience. Kaya nga may emosyon tayo eh. No? Hindi naman, yung puso, hindi naman dyan galing yan. Nagpapump lang yan ng blood. Diba? Bakit may emosyon tayo? No? Why are we longing to connect to people? No? Why do we love our parents? Why? Because we are spiritual beings in human experience. Kaya hindi natin kakalimutan yung soul. Right? So we recap all the things that we've talked about tonight for you to transition, to help you transition from average to becoming a millionaire. What is one most impactful learning for you today? Let's discuss it with your breakout room. Pwedeng i-reshuffle, no? 5 minutes, 3 to 4 participants. What is one most important takeaway that you get from our session tonight? 5 minutes, ready, begin.
A few minutes later.
40 seconds. Okay, welcome back guys sa mga naunang natapos na. As we close this session, no, I'd like to check in with you. What are you guys learning so far? Ano na pag-usapan niyo sa breakout room? Grabe, kawawa naman yung estudyante na tutulog na, no? Go ahead, Kyle.
Yes, yeah. Ako, Coach, no, yung pag-usapan namin ni Lay and James ano, sa breakout room no, is dapat maging holistic kami in terms of improving ourselves. No, na hindi lang dapat sa isang aspekto lang, kundi sa lahat ng aspekto. Kasi the more we improve ourselves holistically, mas matrack namin yung success na gusto namin faster. So yun lang.
Tama, sir. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat for sharing. Yes, I highly agree. Ang i-improve natin sa sarili natin ay hindi lang sa aspeto ng kaperahan, kung hindi buo, no? Puso, mindset, kaluluwa, katawan, lahat i-improve natin. Thank you so much for sharing. Kyle, welcome back guys sa mga bagong dating. Ngayon, kakalabas ng breakout room. So we're discussing now as we close this session, no, maybe 2 to 3 people who'd like to share your biggest takeaway or napag-usapan nyo sa breakout room. Go ahead! Let's go! Tara, makakain na tayo. Go ahead, Chelsea.
Ayan, thank you so much, Coach. Ang napag-usapan namin nila Coach Manny at ni Coach Julius ay about sa mindset, heart set, and soul set. Alin ba dito yung hindi aligned? Alin ba dito yung nag-hold back na part kung bakit hindi siya congruent. And then, nag-make sense sa amin lahat na bakit ganito yung show up na result, kaya pala ganito yung gap. So, hindi talaga siya complicated. And talagang mas, parang hinimay-himay mo, coach, yung talagang ano lang, yung if you connect the dots, talagang maintindihan namin na, kaya pala kasi hindi ito nag-align, itong area na to, hindi ito masyadong naalagaan, at itong area na to, ito yung nag-hold back, so meron pa palang mga areas na hindi na nagsaserve at kinikling into pa, mga ganong bagay. And napaka-exciting na talagang i-introspect after ng meeting, no? Saan ba sa mindset, sa heart set, or sa health set, or even sa soul set, yung mga it's either nag-away or yung mga kailangan pang i-work on. So, ayan. Thank you so much, Coach.
Yes, love it. Thank you so much for sharing, Chelsea. Yes, lahat yan importante at hinimay-himay natin, no? Paano ba siya mangyayari? No, thank you so much for sharing. Sure. Jocelyn, ikaw naman.
Funny mo, Coach. So, ayun. Thankful ako na si Patricia yung naka-breakout room ko kasi di ba siya yung invite ko. And to be honest, ngayon lang kami nagkausap. So, nagchikahan talaga kami kanina. And very proud naman and happy siya dito sa learning session natin. So, kudos sa'yo, Coach MJ. So, ayun nga, pag-usapan namin, very important talaga sa kahit anong aspeto, no? Sa business, sa life, sa pang-araw-araw natin is to have a structure. Kasi kung wala yun, lagi tayong mag-fall back sa kung akala natin parang magkakaroon na tayo ng progress, di ba? Pero lagi tayo nag-start sa umpisa kapag wala tayong structure. So, ayun lang naman yung pag-usapan namin. Yun lang, thank you.
Yes, thank you for sharing. Structure is everything. Thank you, Jocelyn. Christian, last one.
Yun, sa amin naman, Sob MJ, yung pinag-usapan namin nila Jill at Coach Apple. For Jill naman, yung having abundance mindset, then yung kay Apple is that putting structure, no? Aligning to structure. Then for me naman, to sum up my biggest takeaway tonight is that either siguro iramin ko yung sinabi ni Coach Chelsea na there are two types of pain. Pain of discipline or pain of staying where you are right now. So it's up to you kung ano yung pipiliin mo. That's it for me, Coach MJ.
Napakaganda nun. Thank you for sharing, Christian, no? Grabe, matatalino pa lang mga tropa natin dito. Hindi, joke lang. Maganda yon, no? Tama yon. And gusto ko lang din ibalik doon sa share ni Chelsea kanina, no? Bago kayo iwan. Ang ganda nung sinabi niya kanina, introspection. No? And sasabihin ko sa inyo, guys, bawat learning session na ginagawa ng mga leaders organization natin, dapat talaga ini-introspect natin yan. Whether it's business development, personal development, personal mastery, leadership development, ini-introspect natin. And ito yung isa sa mga hack, sa mga daya, no? Bakit ko siya nai-introspect naturally? Kasi nung nag-start ako sa career na to, sinimulan ko nang i-build yung team ko, no? Bibigyan ko kayo ng context paano to makakatulong hindi lang sa negosyo. Okay, yung negosyo susunod lang yan eh. The thing is, nung nag-i-start ako, sinabay ko nang mag-build ng team. Para saan? Para yung mga natututunan ko sa bawat learning session, sa bawat trainings. Meron akong small community or small group na binabatuhan ko na ng mga natututunan ko. 'Di ba? Etong yung CRM, no? Etong mga bagay, yung mga shinare ko sa inyo, natutunan ko lang din 'to nakaraan eh. 'Di ba? Kaya ako to nahimay-himay ngayon, 'di ba? Kaya ako nag-volunteer na mag-lead ng learning session kasi kailangan pag naituturo ko siya, mas naiintindihan ko siya. 'Di ba? At pag mas naiintindihan ko siya, madali ko siyang may apply sa buhay ko. 'Di ba? So mas mapapabilis. So yung small group na, well, let's say in-invite ko, ni-recruit ko or what, sila yung pinag-practicean ko nung nag-i-start ako, sino binabatuhan ko eh. Di ba? So, madali kong na-absorb, no? Dalawa lang yan eh. It's either mananawa ka dahil paulit-ulit yung naririnig mo about personal mastery or hindi ka mananawa kasi alam mo, one learning session may napulot ka, shinare mo sa small group mo. One learning session may natutunan, shinare mo sa small group mo. Nag-i-evolve ka din eh. Di ba? Nag-i-evolve ka rin bilang tao. So that is one of the benefits na as natutunan ko to sa church eh. Natutunan ko to sa simbahan, no? At in our church, maghahanap ako ng tropa na like-minded. Like-minded talaga. Di ba? Yung open sa ganitong experience. Di ba? Kasi hindi lahat open eh. Hindi lahat ng tropa. At pag lahat ng tropa ko, sinerang ko, ano lang ako, madi-discourage lang ako, madi-disappoint lang ako. Tama? Di ba? There are people na may nakakausap ka na like-minded, interesado rin sa ganito. Isama mo para may ka-discussion ka sa mga natututunan mo. Hindi naman importante na sa'yo galing yung teachings eh. Sinasabi ko niya, nag-uumpisa ako, natutunan ko lang to. Ngayon nga, sinabi ko lang sa inyo, natutunan ko lang to recently. Di ba? So, hindi mo kailangan maging expert, hindi mo kailangan maging magaling at may malaki kang resulta para makapagturong, para magkaroon ng mga discussions na ganito. Di ba? If you have a tribe, small group of people, small circle na nakakausap mo, nakapagkwentuhan mo ng ganitong mga klaseng topic, makakatulong ito sa iyo kasi parte ito ng environment mo. So, i-maximize natin yung mga learning sessions na meron tayo. I-maximize natin yung mga events because as you dive deep with this journey from average to becoming a millionaire, it's not just important that you know. It's important that you apply. It's important that you live all these learnings at ina-apply ito sa buhay. And most importantly, you apply it immediately. Dito galing yung kasabihan na strike when the iron is hot because you are riding on that momentum, on that energy. So may leverage ka na. Huwag mo nang antayin lumamig pa. Kung lumamig pa, tumawag ka ng mga kasamahan mo dito, mga tao mo dito, magpainit kayo. Sa usapang motivation ha, hindi sa sa ibang. Yun lang. So yun lang, maraming salamat guys. Di ko na kayo papatagalin, meron pa kayong mga small group meetings. Quick announcements lang. Announcement, tomorrow we have a district-wide assembly.
So that's about it for this masterclass. Kung nagustuhan mo to, feel free to leave a like and a comment on the comment section below. Pwede ka rin mag-subscribe para notified ka sa mga susunod na masterclass at contents natin. And if you want to have a conversation, I wanna tell you na nagre-reply ako sa lahat. So, yung mga socials ko ay nandito sa description box below. And feel free to engage with me, engage with my community, or maybe potential tayong magkatrabaho as my client or parte ng organization ko or any business partnership that you have in mind. So, yun lang. Talk to you soon.